back to my channel. I'm going to be doing a video today about what YouTube made me buy, and I guess this has been going around for a while, and the title always kind of made me like think to myself, did YouTube really make me buy these things? And the truth is, I still do research on things that I buy from YouTube. But yes, YouTube influenced me to buy these things, or that I needed them, or I needed to try them, etc., etc., etc. Not everything that they throw at my face do I buy, but these are some products that are like, oh my gosh, you gotta have this in your life, you need it right away. And one of them would be the L'Oreal Infallible Shadows. This one is Ice Latte and Amber Rush. Both of these were like people that talked about them. Some of the smaller YouTubers are the ones I watch talk about these a lot. Now, some of the higher YouTubers, or what I say higher, people with more subscribers don't always talk about these, but I definitely was influenced to buy these because I would see swatches and people would talk about them, and you know that you need them in your collection. If you don't have them, you need to go get them. So I did end up purchasing them because of that. This is Ice Latte. And, you know, they do live up to their hype because they're beautiful, and they're one of the things that I bought from YouTube made me buy it that I actually like. Amber Rush was one of the ones that I just bought recently. It hasn't been in my collection that long, but definitely understand why, you know, they were bought. And then I actually ended up buying a L'Oreal Infallible from a tutorial that I watched this chick do with this purple eyeshadow and another eyeshadow I don't even remember. And I loved the shade of it, so I went and actually bought this to do that look, but I never actually really, I think I did it once, but it's a really light shade. I have it on my eyes today, on my eyelid, and then a darker shade on the outer lid. I do like this one, but it's not my favorite. Those two that I showed you were my favorite. Then another product that I sort of bought because of Tati. She talked about baking, and she talked about the Coty Airspun loose face powder. This one is just, I think, translucent. Translucent extra coverage. For one, that's one of my issues right there. It's very, very powdery. And then the second part is that it smells like old grannies, but it does work. It's not my favorite face powder. I don't always bake. If I'm doing a heavy tutorial, I might bake every once in a while, especially if it's like a concealer that doesn't last all day. This kind of makes my concealer go a little bit longer. And I don't do the Instagram. I don't do baking under my contour because I hardly ever contour. If I do, I don't bake under it. I only use very little of this with my wet sponge and just put a little under it, just sort of as an extra coverage. So this will take me forever to use, and it's like $5. So it's not a bad buy, and I don't like regret buying it. It's just, you know, one of those things I was like, oh my gosh, I want to try that. Another one is the NYX Matte Finishing Spray. Actually, setting spray in general. I never used setting spray when I was, you know, doing makeup. I would just do my makeup, and I would set my face with a powder. I always did that. But I never really, you know, set my face with a setting spray. And this was one of the first ones I think I ever bought. The NYX Matte Finishing Spray. I know I don't think I ever tried the dewy, because I like the matte. And this originally was like $5 at one point. Now it's like up to $8. But I really think that they need to keep it like in the $5 range because it's only 2.4 ounces. But it's really good. I like this. I get mine from CVS because that's the only place I can buy it for a little bit cheaper. At my HEB it's like $8.99, almost $9, and I don't think that's worth that price. But if you can get it on a discount, or if you can get it where they have 40% off, or sometimes they'll buy one get one 50% off at CVS, then that's definitely the way I would do it. And I like this setting spray. And then another setting spray that was sort of everybody talks about all the time is the MAC Pep and Prime Fix. I was going to get a smaller version of this, but I ended up getting the full size. I do like this. This is not my favorite setting spray. It works well with pigments. I would say just buy the small one. Don't buy the full size, but yeah, YouTube did kind of, you know, like, say I needed that. Not really, but I wanted to try it. Another one is the Rimmel Stay Matte. This was talked about for, when I first started watching YouTube, this was talked about like nobody's business. And it's still talked about a little bit. But I mean, this setting powder was like the bomb. Like everybody was talking about it. And it's still my favorite. I have probably gone through 8 of these, if not more. I absolutely love them. I always have a backup. The packaging's a little crappy. I wish they would improve on that. But nevertheless, the powder is awesome. And this was one of those things that you have to have it. You gotta try it. Another one would be sponges. Just sponges in general. I never had a sponge. I always had makeup brushes. I always did my makeup with either my hands or my brush. Yes, shocking. But when I got a sponge, I did get like, I used to get the generic kind like this. I didn't know about Real Techniques until later. But the Real Techniques is one of my favorites. This is the Beauty Blender. I do like this, but this is one of my favorites for the price. I got this in a kit, so I didn't pay $20 for it. But I'm not going to probably repurchase this once this one is like, you know, gone. But, you know, those sponges are things that YouTube, you know, said I had to have. Another one would be Emily Noel. I watch her all the time. She talks about the e.l.f. stipple brush. I actually have 3 of these because she talks about them all the time. And at least the e.l.f. ones, I had the large one. I couldn't find the small ones for a long time. And then I found them and I got 2 of them because I like them that much. You can apply cream blush with these, cream highlighters. They just do a really good job of applying those things. That's why I have them. I had a cream blush that I really liked that I would apply this with, but I have decluttered most of my cream blushes. I need to actually repurchase that one from NYX, but anyways. That is one thing that YouTube made me buy it. Another would be the oval brushes. This one I did purchase myself. The other 2 I have in my collection my lovely friend sent me. I didn't understand the hype of an oval brush because I was like, why? How's it any different than this? This does a better job in my mind, but it was because I had bought the smaller one. Now this works really great for concealer. I don't think you need 500,000 million of these things. Just find one that works for your face and would make your one for your foundation and one for your concealer. Go to Amazon, buy them for $1. I mean, seriously, don't go and... This one's very compact. It's from Dose Colors, I think. This is the one Valerie sent me, and this is the perfect one for my face, and I love this for concealer. And literally, this was $1, and I don't imagine this being more than a couple dollars. You can find one similar to this. It is very packly condensed in there, and it works really well. The only thing is it does use a lot of my foundation, so I don't use this all the time. But, you know, everybody was using the oval brushes, and I thought I had to have one. So I went and, you know, bought one for $1, and I just didn't see the, you know, reason for it until I got a bigger one. So another would be the BH Cosmetics palettes. I used to have a bunch of them. The other ones I have now are the Galaxy Chic and the Supernova palettes because these are the ones I like the most, which are the baked eyeshadows. BH Cosmetics I didn't even know about until I started watching YouTube. So definitely this is the Galaxy Chic. This is the Supernova. This is one of their newer ones. I did buy this because everybody was showing it and it was so beautiful and I love getting that. And then another one would be the Naked palettes. I did, you know, watched YouTube. Everybody talked about the Naked palettes. Maybe not the Naked 3 so much, but I looked at all 3 of them and this was the one that I liked the most because it had the shades that I would use the most. I've got some deep intentions in some of these colors. One of my favorites is Buzz, and then these 2 over here, these 3 shades here. So, and then the Trick one is really good too. So this was definitely influenced me to buy it. I did do some research and made sure I bought the right one for me. Another one was the Moon Dust, and this was more Instagram, not necessarily YouTube, because a lot of people don't like this palette. But I saw it on Instagram, and I love the Moon Dust shadows. They're my favorite. And I really just needed to have it. It's the first, well, next to the Urban Decay, these are like the 2 palettes I paid full price for. Most of my palettes I've bought in clearance or someone gave them to me or something. So, yes, it's definitely one of my favorite palettes, and Instagram influenced me. Next would be the Becca Opal highlighter. My sister-in-law did give me the full size. I kept buying the smaller sizes because I didn't want to spend $38 for a highlighter, but I definitely, when I run out of this, I am going to purchase it again and again until the end of time. This is my favorite highlighter. Highlighters in general were influenced by YouTube, but this one was definitely, I never got into the Champagne Pop, sorry. It was not my shade. I did swatch it in the store, but I did not like it because it wasn't the tone that I was looking for my skin. I like the gold-ish, what do you want to say, gold undertones of this. I like it to be gold. That's my favorite. Another one would be the Mega Glow Wet n Wild Highlighting Gold Bar. I'm so glad I was able to get this while they had them at their website. This was definitely influenced by YouTube and Instagram, and everybody was wanting this. It was hard to get. They only had 2 on the display, on each display wherever they sent them to Walgreens, and maybe, I know I got some in H-E-B. I don't know what other stores they sent them to, not Walmart. I don't know. So people went online and got them. I was able to get 2, one for me, one for Valerie, so definitely love that highlighter, and I'm glad I was able to get it. The last thing I'm going to talk about, because this could be a very long video about all the things that YouTube, you know, inspired me to buy, but I just wanted to talk about some of the main things, would be ColourPop. I would have never heard of ColourPop. I would have never known what ColourPop is. I have some of the matte shades here. I recently got these. I'm hoping they're not dried out, because I was watching someone's declutter, and she said that the matte shades dry faster than the glitter shades. So, and then of course the collaboration they did with Hello Kitty definitely influenced me to buy it, because I love Hello Kitty and I love makeup. So this is not one of my favorite shades. This is the one in Rainbow. It's mostly glitter, but yeah, I ended up buying it because of YouTube. Anyways, those are things I'm going to talk about that made me buy it. Oh, one other. The mascara that I want to talk about is the Clinique Bottom Lash. This was influenced by YouTube, but it is awesome and it works really well and I like it a lot. So I'm okay with the things that work really well for me, but then sometimes, you know, you find those duds and they were influenced by YouTube. But that's the thing about trying new makeup. So anyways, guys, I will see you in my next video, and I hope y'all are having a fabulous day. I will see you next time. Bye!